and scroll. Talk and scroll. Talk and
Subscribe. Hey, what's going on? This is TNS Time and Space, and I would like to welcome you to episode 8 of Talking Scroll. We got some catching up to do, but anyway, before I begin, I would like to invite you to like, comment, or subscribe, and also make sure you hit that bell notification so you can be made aware of any time I create new content. But anyway, now that the housekeeping is done, I wanted to talk about this particular article right here. It is in regards to Deshaun Watson, but I want to approach it from a different angle. I know it's been popular. I know it's been a hot topic of conversation. However, it's ongoing and it's ever evolving. So I just wanted to discuss this particular article. As you can see, it says wife of Baseball Hall of Famer Jim Thome cancels Browns season tickets over Deshaun Watson trade. Now, obviously, we know that there have been people who have had negative reactions towards the Cleveland Browns offering Deshaun Watson a lucrative contract. A lot of people believe that it's a slap in the face to women, and I just want to examine that dynamic. So, in this particular instance, I want to look at this tweet. So Mrs. Thome, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, she says, officially canceled our Browns season tickets today and asked for a refund as they were paid in full. Very sad after 40 years as a fan, but this is my line in the sand. I believe women, especially when there are 22 of them. That press conference did nothing to change my mind. So I want to speak about that. This belief of believe all women. I'm wondering, without knowing these people, why are we seeing them as upstanding citizens? Because I also saw another channel discussing the issue, criticizing Deshaun Watson for being in that situation. But what about the saying that it takes two to tango? So the person, and I know I'm getting off topic or off on a tangent a little bit, but I'll bring it back. This person was basically saying that Deshaun Watson should have gone through the Houston Texans to secure massage therapy treatment or massage treatments or whatever the case may be. So that person was then saying that that reveals a character flaw on Deshaun Watson's part. But what about the women who willingly participated? I mean, I think we all agree that they weren't held against their will, that ultimately, in the beginning, at the very least, these started out as, massage sessions, whatever those may be, whether they were happy endings, whether people are, getting on a moral high horse, if you will, whatever the case may be. I think it's also fair to question the character of the women, because if you say, well, Deshaun Watson went to seedy environments and made poor decisions, what about their decisions? You know what I mean? I'm just saying that if we're talking about them being in, I guess, less savory environments, if you will, that if we're going to call Deshaun Watson's morals into question, why are we automatically believing these women just because there's 22 of them? But anyway, I'm going to get back to that in a second, but let's continue to scroll through. So this person goes on to say, a final word, I never called anyone guilty. 22 accusers, that's enough for me to make a decision that I have every right to make without being incessantly bullied by keyboard warriors. So they say they're going to step away for a week, but I want to look at this particular instance where it says, I never called anyone guilty. Isn't that ultimately what it comes down to, though? I believe that people who are critics of Deshaun Watson, they're essentially calling him guilty, even though he wasn't really. So they're saying that, well, just because the grand jury declined to press charges or declined to move forward with an indictment, we're still going to call him guilty. But then this person is implying that they're guilty. They're implying that Deshaun Watson is guilty, but then saying, oh, no, but I never called him guilty. But you're behaving in a way that would suggest that you believe he's guilty. That's essentially calling him guilty without calling him guilty. And as far as the accusers, just because there's 22 of them, I don't know why people don't believe it's within the realm of possibility, especially if Deshaun Watson is of questionable character for seeking out massages in in a less desirable environment. If you want to criticize him for that, for essentially going to a happy ending parlor, let's just use that verbiage. Let's say that Deshaun Watson went and receive massages at a happy ending sort of parlor. Why are we not questioning the women who work as independent contractors in this said massage parlor or these happy ending parlors? I believe that their character could be questionable also. So I don't know why it's, beyond the realm of possibility for 22 accusers to come together, to under the umbrella of a prosecutor who's looking to cash in on 22 settlements to have a money grab. I believe that ultimately it was no big deal. Deshaun Watson probably arranged these massages, and you can question this morally. I'm speaking from a legal standpoint. He arranged these massages, and everything was all good until someone had an idea to, hey, let's make this lucrative. I don't know where it turned from being consensual to non-consensual, but at some point, obviously, someone came forward and then these accusers came forward. And I'm not sure why it's, beyond the realm of possibility, once again, why it's beyond the realm of possibility that 22 accusers couldn't come together to craft a story so that they could accomplish whatever goal they set forth. I don't know why that's beyond the realm of possibility. I don't mean to repeat myself, but I don't know why we can't fathom that. Why can't we see that happening? That maybe one accuser alone by themselves or random accusers might not have a strong case, but why is it beyond the realm of possibility that the attorney, I believe his name is Tony Busby, that he couldn't craft a case? And even going forward with this after there are no criminal charges, why were there only 10 who filed criminal complaints, yet there were 22 accusers? It seems to me that they're dug in and they're determined to reach some sort of financial settlement. That's what it sounds like to me. It seems to me like they've come so far and they don't want to back away now without getting paid. I'm sorry. I know that may seem insensitive, and I don't believe that this case should be a referendum or those who are favorable towards Deshaun Watson. I don't see why that's automatically seen as a slap in the face to women. Like this person even said, they said it's enough for them to make a decision that they have every right to make without being incessantly bullied by keyboard warriors. What about Deshaun Watson supporters? What about those who are willing to use logic and critical thinking? Why are they being bullied? Why is it seen as, or why are fans leaving the Cleveland Browns or acting as if, well, if you sign Deshaun Watson, then you must dislike women, or that must be chauvinistic, or you don't support women? That sounds like bullying. And then you say, I never called anyone guilty, but you essentially did. A lot of these people essentially have called Deshaun Watson guilty, and they're going to continue to do so regardless of what grand juries find. Even if there are more criminal complaints and more grand juries decline to move forward with criminal charges, the people who are against Deshaun Watson are going to, disregard that. They're going to ignore that. So I just want to point that out. And ultimately, he has signed a 5-year, $230 million contract. If you want to say that Deshaun Watson is a scumbag for seeking out, services that are more like a happy ending parlor, then I don't believe that you can look at these women as nuns. Because if they were so moral and so upstanding, they also wouldn't participate in this sort of behavior. I personally don't have a problem with it, but if you're going to criticize Deshaun Watson, why not criticize the independent contractors who patronized him? I don't believe either should be criticized. I believe everyone's an adult, but I'm just going with that logic that you want to criticize one party but not the other for being in that situation. So, and last but not least, for those who believe that it's a slap in the face to women, This article goes on to say Watson could still face discipline from the NFL upon the conclusion of the league-led investigation into the cases. So I don't buy the argument of, oh, you must not believe women. They're obviously being believed, or they're being automatically seen as credible, because the NFL could still issue discipline even if there are no criminal charges, even if he wins his civil cases, even if there's no out-of-court settlement. And it's nothing but the court of public opinion. Deshaun Watson could and probably will face some sort of backlash, because in this movement, they have to have their pound of flesh. So I just wanted to speak on that. This has been another episode of Talk and Scroll. This is TNS, Time and Space. Y'all take it easy.
Talk and Scroll. Talk and Scroll. Talk and Scroll. Scroll.